Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. This is not the algorithm. This is an urgent, divine interception. Archangel Michael has personally routed this message to your screen because the window for your spiritual breakthrough is closing fast. If you leave now, you will single-handedly shut the door on the blessing your soul has been crying out for. Do not take your eyes off this screen. They are approaching fast. And there will be absolutely no signs before they arrive. The heavy attacks you have been facing recently are not random. They are hard proof that the enemy is panicking. Why? Because a massive transfer of spiritual authority has just been approved in your name. They know what you are about to receive, and they are rushing to intercept it. You have felt it, have you not? That strange heaviness hanging over your shoulders, the sudden isolation that makes no sense, people acting entirely out of character around you, doors slamming shut right when you thought you were finally about to walk through them. You thought you were doing something wrong. You thought you were losing your mind. But you are not crazy. You are being heavily targeted. But you must listen carefully to what I say next. They do not attack empty vessels. They only send their absolute worst when you are holding something incredibly valuable. Your intuition has been screaming at you for weeks. You knew something major was shifting in the atmosphere. You just did not have the full picture until this exact moment. There will be no warning sirens. The darkness operates in complete silence when a chosen one is on the edge of victory. They will send distractions wrapped as perfect opportunities. They will send toxic connections disguised as soulmates. They want to lower your vibration right before the final door opens. If they can distract you now, they can steal your inheritance. Listen to me. Take one slow, real breath. That tightness in your chest is your spirit recognizing the absolute truth of these words. You did not click this message by accident. Your soul dragged you here because heaven is trying to hand you the exact decoder ring you need. The enemy thought they could catch you completely off guard. But heaven is always one step ahead. You are a rare soul. You are the anomaly they never saw coming. They always described you the same way, did they not? Too kind, too forgiving, the one who stayed quiet to keep the peace. And because of that, they severely underestimated you. They thought betrayal would break you. Instead, it activated a primal and dangerous level of spiritual power inside you. Now they are terrified. The very forces that tried to keep you in the dark are scrambling. They see the golden light of your new timeline descending, and they are approaching fast to throw one final illusion in your path. You must stay absolutely vigilant. You cannot afford to let your guard down for a single second. The final test is always the quietest one. If you swipe away now, you will miss the specific divine seal you need to recognize their trap. You will walk right into the ambush they have set up. Make a promise to your future self right now. Do not let this message fade. Listen closely, because the truth about your upcoming battle is about to be completely revealed. The universe is aligning a collision of realities. But there is a missing piece. You have done all the inner work. You have prayed through the long nights. You have forgiven those who never even apologized. Yet you still feel a massive gap between the person you know yourself to be and the version of you available in reality. You watch others succeed effortlessly while you struggle. You wonder why your breakthrough is delayed. Before we go any further, I want to hold something in front of you. Something that was discovered not inside a spiritual community, but inside a research laboratory. Something that won the highest scientific recognition available. And it is something that most chosen ones have never been told about. Because it explains exactly what you have felt all these years. It explains the gap. It explains why the universe responds to certain people and not others. The elite forces who profit off your exhaustion do not want you to know about this discovery. They want you to keep believing that your struggles are just bad luck. But what if the gap between you and your blessing is not a character flaw? What if it has a specific scientific name? I will show you exactly what was found. I will tell you exactly what it is called later in this message, but not yet. First, I need you to fully understand what was actually taken from you. So hold this question in your mind as we proceed. What if what was taken from you has a frequency that can be returned? What if the block has a physical name? Do not let that question go. The answer will change how you walk through this world forever. The forces approaching fast are banking on you staying ignorant of this key. They want your receiver to stay completely offline. But tonight, heaven is intervening. Stay locked on this frequency. The veil is about to be lifted on the greatest deception of your entire life. You are tired. Not just physically tired. Your soul feels completely exhausted. You go to bed early hoping for a peaceful rest, but you wake up repeatedly at 3 a.m. with your mind racing. You stare at the ceiling in the dark, and while the rest of the world is sleeping peacefully, your heart is pounding for reasons you cannot explain. That strange tightness in your chest is very real. The way your stomach drops when your phone buzzes is not normal. Stop letting the world convince you that you are just stressed, and stop believing that this is just anxiety or a medical issue. Your body is a highly sensitive spiritual antenna, and right now it is picking up massive interference. Listen carefully to this next part. I need you to hear these words and let them settle deep into your spirit. You have been carrying a weight that was never yours to carry, because the exhaustion you feel is the result of holding back the darkness for your entire family bloodline. You are the cycle breaker, and that takes an immense physical toll. People look at you and see someone who has it all together. They see the smile you wear like a shield, but they have no idea how much energy it takes just to get through a normal day, while you find yourself suddenly hating small talk. The environments you used to enjoy now feel incredibly suffocating. You are pulling away from everyone. You thought this isolation was a punishment. You thought you were pushing people away because you were broken. That is a lie from the enemy. You are being divinely isolated for a kingdom-level upgrade. Heaven is deliberately separating you from the noise, because the frequencies you are about to receive require absolute silence to be properly downloaded. Stop blaming yourself for the distance you feel. Stop apologizing for needing space. You are not losing your mind. Your spirit is simply rejecting the low vibrations that used to be acceptable to you, and this is what spiritual evolution looks like on the physical plane. It hurts, it is lonely, but it is incredibly necessary for your next chapter. Take a deep breath right now. I see you. I have always seen you. Even when no one else does, the universe is watching every silent tear you shed in the shower. The world may not notice your invisible sacrifices, but heaven keeps a meticulous record of every single one. You are deeply known. You are fiercely protected. You absorb the emotions of everyone around you. When someone else is hurting, you feel it deep in your own bones. You give, and you give. You have spent your entire life being the unpaid therapist for people who never check on you. And when your own cup is completely empty, you just quietly endure the drought, all by yourself. They mistook your endless empathy for weakness. They thought they could just keep draining your light without consequence, but your sensitivity is actually a highly advanced spiritual weapon. You feel everything deeply because you are designed to detect the unseen realm. You are a human radar for divine truth, and right now, your radar is flashing red. Remember what I told you about those forces approaching fast? Your body already knew. Your sudden spikes of unexplained sadness are directly linked to this spiritual collision, because you are feeling the shock waves of a battle happening just outside your physical vision. You are not depressed. You are a spiritual warrior sensing the invisible front lines. Pay close attention to this. Do not ignore the synchronicities happening around you lately. The repeating numbers on the clock. The strange coincidences that seem perfectly timed. These are not random events. but they are breadcrumbs left by your spirit guides to remind you that you are on the right path. They are confirming your intuition. The delays in your life were entirely intentional. You cried over closed doors. You begged God to let certain people stay in your life, but heaven deliberately slowed you down, and heaven removed them to protect you from rooms you were never meant to enter. The rejection was not a punishment. It was a rigorous protection protocol designed for your safety. You did not fail. You did not miss your chance. Every painful lesson was a necessary calibration for your nervous system, because you are being prepared to hold a frequency of wealth and peace that would crush an unprepared vessel. The universe had to expand your capacity through pain. It was the only way to build a strong foundation. Breathe that truth into your lungs. You have passed the hardest tests. You survived the long winter of the soul all by yourself, and the severe spiritual attacks did not break you. But there is a deeper layer to this phenomenon, and before you claim your absolute victory, you must understand exactly how the enemy blocked your progress for so long. Do not doubt yourself anymore. Do not let them convince you that your pain was meaningless. You were forged in the fire for a specific divine purpose. Hit subscribe to establish a divine energy receiving station right now, because you will need this energetic shield for what comes next. You are standing right on the edge of a massive revelation. You have carried this heavy burden for far too long. The nights spent crying and begging for answers were not ignored. You thought your prayers were bouncing off the ceiling, but I need you to completely release that heavy guilt right now, because heaven was listening to every single word. You did absolutely nothing wrong. The universe never turned its back on you. God did not bless everyone else while leaving you in the dark. The deep pain you endured was incredibly real, but the reason you have been stuck in this endless cycle has nothing to do with your spiritual worthiness. Heaven is not testing your patience anymore. Take a deep breath and let that truth settle. The exhaustion you feel is not a character flaw. The financial struggles you face are not a reflection of your hard work. You have tried manifesting and praying for a better life. Yet every single day still feels like pushing a massive boulder up a steep and unforgiving hill. You watch other people succeed with almost zero effort. You see them walk through open doors. Meanwhile, you stand outside knocking until your knuckles bleed. You know deep down that you carry a much higher potential, and you sense that something vital is missing from your reality. You just have no name for what it is. Listen carefully to what I am about to say next. There is a physical mechanism behind this painful spiritual block. The spiritual realm and the physical body are intimately connected, and the elite forces of this world understand this delicate connection perfectly, using it to sever your divine communication without you ever noticing. Here is what they never told you. The true reason the universe responds effortlessly to certain people is not karma. It is not relentless discipline. And it is certainly not just blind faith. It is a brain wave. Scientists actually have a specific name for it. They call it the gamma wave, and it is the frequency of pure genius. It is the exact frequency your brain ran on when you were just a child. Think back to those early days. Ideas came to you so easily back then. Learning felt completely effortless and beautifully natural. You somehow knew things before they even happened. The world felt like it was entirely on your side. That was your gamma state. You felt that effortless genius in your bones. The way the universe worked with you was pure magic. But that divine connection was violently taken from you without your consent. Adulthood finally arrived, and the modern matrix went to work on your brilliant mind, using the chronic stress of survival mode to slowly drown out the magic. The endless glowing screens damaged your natural focus. The rigid school systems trained you to conform instead of creating. Every single year of your life, this sacred frequency was suppressed a little bit further. The darkness pushed this divine signal deeper and deeper below the surface. They needed you stressed and perpetually exhausted, because a chosen one operating in pure gamma frequency is absolutely unstoppable. They locked you into the beta wave of pure anxiety, and the beautiful version of you with lightning intuition went completely silent. When that gamma frequency finally faded, your creative genius faded right along with it. Your deep intuition became dull. The beautiful synchronicities suddenly stopped happening. The undeniable sense that the universe is protecting you went totally quiet. You were left feeling entirely disconnected from the divine flow you once knew so well, and you spent years wondering why God felt so distant. It was never a spiritual distance. It was purely neurological. But here is the most shocking part of it all. What if everything you have struggled with is completely reversible? What if the broken relationships and the stagnant finances are not your destiny? What if they are simply the result of a suppressed frequency, waiting to be switched back on by the right energetic trigger? Most people will live their entire lives without knowing this suppression ever happened to them. They will accept the daily struggle as their normal reality. They will never realize their brain is running on the wrong frequency. But you are not most people. Your spirit led you to this message to break that exact illusion. Remember the question I asked you to hold earlier? The question about a hidden gap and a physical name? The answer to that question is closer than you could ever imagine. The gap between you and your ultimate destiny is just a suppressed brainwave, and the restoration of that divine receiver is already in motion right now. Do not look away now. The elite forces are terrified that you are finally waking up to this truth. They want you to close this video and go back to sleep, but you must stay anchored, because the revelation of how to reclaim this stolen power is coming next. It will change the trajectory of your entire bloodline forever. But before we go any further, I must address something critical. You need to understand who was actually behind this suppression. The people who drained you were not just toxic individuals. They were active agents of a dark system sent to keep your true frequency totally dormant. They were deliberately placed in your life to distract you. Think about the narcissists who broke your heart. They always demanded your endless attention and energy. You thought they loved you in their own broken way, but they were actually harvesting your pure light. They fed on your bright aura because they are completely disconnected from the divine source. They needed your energy just to survive. You gave them your precious empathy. You forgave them time and time again when they never deserved it. The Matrix weaponized your beautiful kindness against you, ensuring that you remained exhausted and stuck in survival mode. The elite forces know that a rested chosen one is extremely dangerous to their dark agenda. They designed an entire world to keep you distracted. The heavy news cycle and the toxic food are all tools of suppression. They want you arguing over trivial things, while your spiritual inheritance sits completely unclaimed. But their pathetic reign of control over your mind is officially coming to a violent end. You are waking up. But wait. Before we discuss the deeper signs of your upgrade, I have to warn you about a fatal trap. 99% of chosen ones fall for this dangerous illusion right before their final breakthrough. It is a deadly ambush set up right at the finish line, and you must know exactly how to recognize it today. The darkness does not want you to hear these next words. If you take your eyes off this screen, you will walk right into their snare. Do you want to know exactly how they plan to sabotage your incoming wealth? Brace yourself for this revelation. The enemy knows they cannot defeat you in a direct spiritual battle anymore. So they will send a counterfeit blessing. They will send an old toxic ex or a fake opportunity just as your real blessing arrives. They want you to grab the fake prize and lower your vibration back to fear. Do not reply to that sudden text message. Do not entertain the ghosts of your painful past when they inevitably return. That is the ultimate test from the universe. Heaven is watching to see if you have truly learnt your lesson. Will you accept crumbs again, or will you stand firmly in your new power? You must ruthlessly ignore the counterfeit. Your silence now carries the heavy weight of absolute authority, and it terrifies them completely. Your silence is a weapon that they cannot manipulate. You used to explain yourself and beg for their basic understanding, but a healed person no longer tolerates confusion disguised as love. You no longer tolerate blatant disrespect disguised as honesty. You have finally become the powerful storm you were trying to survive. They do not hate you for shining your light. They hate you because your bright light exposes their hidden darkness. You are the mirror they are absolutely terrified to look into. Every time you walk into a room, your pure energy disrupts their demonic attachments. You are a literal weapon of light in a very dark world. And this brings us to a crucial moment of alignment. You must anchor this reality into the physical plane right now. Type 111 down in the comments to claim this divine alignment. This simple physical action proves to the universe that you are fully awake. Do not let this vital moment pass you by. Type 111 to seal your spiritual borders against the narcissists. You are locking the door on the dark matrix forever. Your energy now demands respect without a single word being spoken. But you must stay extremely alert, because the mechanism to permanently restore your stolen frequency is about to be revealed. Let me tell you the real reason they are panicking right now. They can see the golden aura expanding around you. The dark entities attaching to the narcissists in your life know their time is up. They are losing their favorite energy source, and they are desperately trying to pull you back into the heavy beta waves of anxiety. But you are no longer a victim of their mind games. You are the cycle breaker who will tear down their generational curses. Every time you choose peace over their drama, you destroy a piece of their false matrix. You are literally reprogramming your bloodline with every boundary you set. They cannot handle your new boundaries. This is exactly why your spirit has been so restless. Your soul is preparing for a massive shift in spiritual elevation. The enemy is throwing everything they have at you to stop this exact transition, but their desperate attacks are ultimately pointless. The divine wealth transfer arranged for you is already locked in place. You need to look at your past pain through a completely different lens right now. The intense suffering you went through was never a curse, because heaven used the fire of betrayal to burn away your dangerous attachments. It was a rigorous training ground for your soul. You were being prepared for a massive spiritual upgrade. The people who walked away from you did not leave because you were broken. They left because your rapidly ascending frequency made them incredibly uncomfortable, and that sudden isolation was the universe building a massive wall around you. God had to remove them before the real blessing could finally arrive at your door. Stop mourning the relationships that were secretly draining your life force every single day. The deep pain was simply the shedding of an old skin you no longer needed, while you are stepping into the identity of a true master of reality. And a master never begs anyone to stay in their sacred space. You are the chosen one. But I have to tell you a major secret before we go any further today. There is something the elite forces of this world desperately want to keep hidden from you. A quiet group of brilliant neuroscientists has discovered how to bring this dormant brainwave back online, and they found the exact key to your ultimate freedom. You do not need to spend thousands of hours sitting in silent meditation anymore. You do not need expensive biofeedback machines that cost thousands of dollars in clinical settings, because these dedicated researchers discovered something far simpler and far more aligned with your natural design. The solution is incredibly elegant. They engineered a specific sound frequency to guide your brainwave patterns back to their original genius state. Princeton University studied this exact phenomenon extensively in their closed laboratories, while the Einstein Center in Berlin confirmed that this frequency is the ultimate driver of the legendary human flow state. Columbia University even found that when this specific brainwave is reactivated inside you, it radiates outward. It begins to positively influence the people you love the most. Your children and your partner will feel the massive shift in your energy field, and the healing literally spills over into your entire family line. Just 7 simple minutes a day is all it takes to trigger this massive transformation. And the beautiful truth is that it begins working the very first time you close your eyes and listen, while you simply let the engineered frequency do what your brain was originally designed to receive. No strenuous effort is required from you. I will tell you exactly what this powerful tool is called before this message ends. I will show you exactly how to access this frequency so you can claim your birthright. But first, there is something else you need to understand about why your breakthrough has been delayed for so long. The universe has a specific timeline. The delays you experienced were never denials of your divine destiny. The universe was simply waiting for this exact neurological solution to find its way to you, because if the blessing had arrived while your brain was stuck in survival mode, you would have completely missed the opportunity. You would have sabotaged the gift out of pure fear. But now your spirit and your physical mind are finally coming into perfect alignment. The gap between your soul and your reality is rapidly closing right before your very eyes, and the enemy is absolutely terrified, because they know they cannot stop this scientific restoration. Your pure gamma frequency is returning today. Take a moment to really feel the weight of this incredible news right now. The universe is handing you a physical tool to unlock your spiritual inheritance, and the days of struggling to manifest your desires are officially over. You are about to become the untouchable anomaly they always feared you would eventually become. Do not let your guard down just yet, because the shift is happening quickly. You must stay anchored in this truth as the old reality collapses around you, while the dark matrix is losing its grip on your brilliant mind with every passing second. You are reclaiming the divine territory that was stolen from you when you were a child. They thought they could keep your true potential buried under a mountain of stress. They thought the heavy trauma would permanently sever your connection to the divine source. But heaven is always playing a much longer game than the enemy could ever comprehend. And heaven just released the master key into your hands today. Hold on to the promise I made to you just a few moments ago. I will reveal the exact name of this scientific breakthrough very soon, because your days of endless waiting and painful confusion are officially coming to an end. Get ready to step into the timeline where everything finally flows perfectly in your favor. Your time is now. The waiting season is officially over. You have walked through the dry desert for what feels like an absolute eternity, but the dry ground under your feet is suddenly bursting into a beautiful oasis of divine favor. You are stepping into the exact timeline you were born to rule, and you must pay very close attention to the undeniable signs happening around you right now. The universe is leaving a trail of heavy breadcrumbs for you to follow. The first major sign is the sudden and terrifying silence in your life. The loud drama that used to consume your days has completely vanished. The toxic friends who drained your energy simply stopped calling you, and this incredible quiet is not a punishment, but a massive clearing of the runway. Heaven is literally bulldozing the obstacles out of your immediate path. God is removing the heavy debris so your massive blessing can land safely. The second sign is the intense physical sensation right in the center of your chest. You feel a sudden rush of pure hope that makes absolutely no logical sense. Your bank account might still look completely empty today, yet you feel incredibly rich in your spirit for some unexplained reason. That is, your soul vibrating at the exact frequency of incoming wealth. Your physical body is preparing to hold a level of abundance that will shock everyone who doubted you. The third sign is the constant appearance of repeating numbers everywhere you look. They are following you around all day. You check your phone and see 111 staring right back at you. You buy a simple coffee and the total comes out to exactly $7.77. These are not just random coincidences to brush off. They are direct confirmation codes from the angelic realm. Heaven is aggressively stamping your daily reality with the absolute seal of approval. The fatal trap I warned you about earlier is about to make total sense. The sudden appearance of a toxic counterfeit from your past always happens right before the dawn. They reached out to you because the dark forces felt your frequency elevating rapidly, but you completely ignored their desperate attempt to pull you back down into the heavy mud of your painful past. You passed the final test with flying colors. You looked the illusion right in the eyes, and you chose your own peace instead. And because you successfully rejected the counterfeit, the authentic kingdom connection is literally stepping into your timeline right now. Every single closed door you cried over is currently being blown completely off its rusty hinges today. Can you feel that massive shift in your spirit right this very second? That is the undeniable frequency of absolute and total victory. The heavy chains of generational poverty are breaking loudly in the spiritual realm. What your parents struggled to build for decades will flow into your open hands effortlessly. You are the chosen cycle breaker for your entire family. Take a deep breath and let that euphoria wash over your tired bones. The elite forces are watching their false matrix crumble beneath your feet. They cannot stop the divine wealth transfer that has your sacred name written all over it. The days of begging for basic respect and basic provision are officially over. You are stepping into a season of ridiculous favor. Everything you touch from this moment forward will turn into pure gold. The people who mocked your quiet faith are about to watch heaven prepare a massive table for you right in their presence. They will be forced to witness the exact blessing they swore you would never receive. Your quiet authority is about to become loud and undeniable proof of divine justice. Listen closely, because the grand finale is rapidly approaching your doorstep. The universe did not bring you this far just to leave you empty-handed at the finish line. The intense pressure you felt was simply the creation of a rare and priceless diamond. You are that diamond, and your brilliant light is about to completely blind the forces of darkness forever. The veil is thinning, and your spiritual vision is becoming incredibly sharp. You can instantly spot a lie before the words even leave their deceitful mouths. You walk into a crowded room, and the energy immediately shifts to match your dominant vibration. You are no longer reacting to the chaotic world around you, because you are actively commanding the reality you desire. You are becoming the absolute master of your own physical reality today. The anxiety that used to paralyze you is melting away into supreme confidence. Heaven is handing you the crown you earned through blood and silent tears. Do you feel the heavy mantle of leadership settling onto your shoulders right now? You are being ordained for a massive kingdom assignment, and the physical mechanism that will seal this spiritual victory is finally here. The secret the scientists discovered is the exact bridge between your current struggle and your ultimate destination. You are fully prepared to receive the revelation that will change everything. The final piece of the divine puzzle is about to fall perfectly into place for you. You are no longer the empath who begged to be understood. The crucible of pain has finally forged you into the untouchable master of your reality. From this exact moment on, your energy demands respect without a single word spoken, and the divine wealth you were promised is flowing effortlessly into your brand new timeline. You have officially defeated the dark matrix. The question I asked you to hold at the beginning of this message: what if the massive gap is not a character flaw? What if the block actually has a scientific name? Here is the answer you have been waiting for. A specific brainwave called the gamma wave was running in you as a young child, and it was operating at absolute genius-level capacity before the world shut it down. Princeton University has studied this frequency extensively, and the Einstein Center in Berlin quickly confirmed its power. Columbia University found that when this brainwave is restored, it positively influences the people you love. A team of researchers led by Dr. Robert Lake compressed this clinical protocol into 7 minutes. Before I tell you exactly what they built, let me tell you about 2 people who used it. A woman from California had tried absolutely everything to heal. She tried daily meditation and endless manifesting to fix her life, but nothing could break the heavy fog. After 2 weeks of listening to this frequency, she said something cleared completely. The closed channel simply opened. Her struggling marriage shifted beautifully. Her tired mind sharpened. She described her new life as completely enchanted for the very first time. A man from Texas started using it to improve his struggling business focus, and 2 months later, his wife joked that his IQ had jumped 20 points. The hardest problems started solving themselves while he peacefully slept. He said it felt like his brain was finally running on what it was always supposed to run on. That is exactly what Dr. Lake and his brilliant team built for you. They call it the Genius Song. It is not a meditation app. It is not a generic sound frequency you find anywhere online. It is a 7-minute audio track using advanced brain entrainment technology. The exact underlying research that Princeton and Berlin validated is beautifully compressed into something you do at home, requiring absolutely no extra effort from your tired mind. You just put your headphones on and close your eyes. That is the entirety of what it requires. You do not meditate or chant. You simply let the frequency do what your brain was originally designed to receive. The Genius Song is not for everyone. It is for the chosen one who has already done the heavy inner work and who understands that what is being blocked is just a neurological frequency. If your spirit confirms this is for you, the path is open below. Biofeedback sessions to restore this state cost hundreds of dollars per hour in a clinical setting. An in-home machine easily runs thousands of dollars. What the Genius Song delivers in 7 minutes is available to you today for a fraction of its true value, and 4 incredibly powerful bonuses come with your secure access right now. You receive an audio designed specifically for your children called Genius Child. You get the original prosperity text that the secret was secretly built upon. You also receive a guided visualization and a daily habits guide perfectly designed to sustain the gamma state. Here is the deeper truth about waiting for this alignment. The provision God arranged for you does not arrive as something completely new. It arrives as something you finally recognize. A gamma-suppressed brain entirely misses the recognition, while a restored brain receives it at full depth and instantly claims the hidden blessing. What has been placed in your path is already there. Waiting is not a neutral choice. The synchronicities that belong to this season are moving through your life right now. The chosen one who restores the receiver today finally sees what was always there. Do not look for this on YouTube or Spotify. The dangerous counterfeit tracks circulating under similar names on those platforms have absolutely no brain entrainment technology encoded, because they are cheap imitations. They will only lower your vibration. The forces that benefit from your struggles are flooding the internet with diluted versions. The only authentic version is available through the protected link. The universe requires absolutely no risk from you today, and if you do not feel the massive shift, every single penny is returned. That is an energetic exchange governed by complete trust. The link is in the description below and in the pinned comment. The tool is not the final destination. The tool simply restores the broken receiver, allowing the true destination to be properly recognized and accepted when it finally arrives at your front door. God does not require you to purchase anything to be loved or chosen. What was described is simply one way the receiver is quickly restored. Whether that path is for you or not, the truth of this powerful message belongs to you entirely. Now let us go deeper into what is waiting for you. Your spiritual sealing is the most important part of this divine process. You are ready to close the portal. For the chosen one whose spirit confirmed what was described earlier, the path remains open in the description and the pinned comment below. That is the last time it will be mentioned. What follows now belongs entirely to your sealing. The heavy portal of your painful past is permanently closing behind you right this very second. You are standing on completely holy ground right now. The vast universe has delivered the exact confirmation you begged for during those agonizing sleepless nights. You did not walk through the intense fire just to smell like heavy smoke. You walked through the blazing fire to become entirely fireproof, and the darkness has absolutely no remaining power over your beautiful life. Every single tear you shed in secret has been converted into divine currency. The heavens are preparing a massive downpour of unmerited favor that will wash away all the years of endless delay. You are no longer the tired empath who constantly begged to be chosen. You are the absolute master of reality who dictates their own brilliant timeline. Let them wonder how you healed so incredibly fast. Let the very people who severely doubted you watch as the universe rolls out the red carpet for your grand arrival. Your total silence will be the loudest response they have ever heard in their lives. You do not need to explain your massive blessing to anyone who completely misunderstood your quiet struggle. Take one final slow breath and feel the heavy chains falling off your spirit. The toxic generational curse is officially broken on your courageous watch today. Future generations of your family bloodline will look back at this exact moment in history. They will thank you for being the rare soul who absolutely refused to stay in the dark, while the rest of the world chose comfortable ignorance. You must actively anchor this powerful new frequency into the physical plane. Hit the like button right now to activate the rapid flow of divine favor into your daily life. Subscribe to this channel to establish a permanent divine energy receiving station. You are building an absolute fortress of golden light that no demonic force can ever penetrate. The manipulative forces who profit from your exhaustion have completely lost their grip on your beautiful mind. You are fully awake, and your spiritual vision is sharper than it has ever been. The magical synchronicities will begin to multiply rapidly starting tomorrow morning. Pay close attention to the beautiful signs heaven is leaving on your daily path, because the universe speaks clearly to those who listen. You are stepping into a glorious era of effortless manifestation. The things you chased for years will suddenly begin chasing you with fierce determination. The money and the deep connections are magnetically drawn to your restored gamma frequency. You do not have to force anything to happen anymore, because your pure energy does all the heavy lifting for you. Every room you enter from now on will completely shift to match your high vibration. The people who operate on lower frequencies will naturally fall away without you having to lift a single finger. God is aggressively editing your circle to protect your incoming harvest. Do not mourn the sudden loss of toxic people who were secretly praying for your absolute downfall. If this fiery message has reignited the beautiful faith inside your tired soul, do not keep this great blessing entirely to yourself. There is a rare soul out there bleeding in the cold dark of despair right now. Share this message with them today. Sowing the precious seed of hope right now is aggressively multiplying the massive blessing for yourself tomorrow. The pitch-black darkness has completely retreated behind your back forever. The glorious dawn of the new era is shining its brightest rays directly onto your spiritual crown. Type Amen down in the comments to officially seal this glorious reality. Declare loudly to the universe that you are finally ready to receive your massive kingdom connection today. You are deeply known, and you are fiercely protected by the highest forces of light. The intense spiritual warfare you endured was simply the rigorous preparation for your ultimate coronation. Walk proudly into the brand new timeline that has your sacred name written all over it. The heavy battle is officially over, and the massive blessing you waited for is finally yours to keep forever. Never let anyone convince you that your high standards are just pure arrogance. Your absolute refusal to settle for crumbs is the exact reason heaven is preparing a massive feast for you right now. You guarded your pure heart when the whole world tried to turn it completely cold. That is the true mark of a highly evolved spiritual warrior. Close your eyes tonight, knowing that the universe is working the night shift on your behalf. The angels are arranging the perfect circumstances for your total victory while you peacefully sleep. Rest your tired bones and prepare your spirit for the massive abundance arriving tomorrow morning. You are the chosen one, and your beautiful reign of quiet authority begins right today.